All right, now that I trolled a little bit earlier, I'm going to give you my actual preview and prediction for this Alabama-Tennessee game. Huge game, top 10 matchup, both teams undefeated. The atmosphere in Knoxville at Neyland Stadium is going to be absolutely unbelievable. And even though I give them a hard time, I am excited for Tennessee fans that they get to experience this type of game. This is a huge game. It doesn't get any bigger than this in the regular season than an undefeated Alabama and Tennessee both being in the top 10 and matching up halfway through the season. It doesn't get much bigger than that. So I'm happy for the Tennessee fans that this ended up being the year where the game is in Knoxville. I feel like Tennessee's got a legitimate chance to win this game. I don't think this is a situation where you can say, oh, Alabama's going to win and it's not even going to be close. I think if Alabama fans say they're not worried about this game, they're lying to you. I think they are worried. Same is true for Tennessee fans. I think if Tennessee fans tell you they're not worried, I think they're lying too. You don't lose to a team 15, 16 years in a row and not be worried about playing them. You don't. You say whatever you want about Alabama's struggles against Texas A&M or Texas or whoever else you want to name. Alabama is a legitimately a good program with a really good team year in and year out. And you know that, Tennessee. So both sides, I don't think either fan base is over 50% confident they're going to win this game. Vegas has Bama as a 7-point favorite. And there's been so much talk about the quarterback situation at Alabama. Bryce Young, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Will he be 80%, 100%? What does it mean if Jalen Milroe plays instead of Bryce Young? All that kind of stuff. And I'll talk a little bit about that, but that's been talked about so much. Everybody knows the situation there. Obviously, Bama's better off with Bryce Young than they are Jalen Milroe. The guy won the Heisman Trophy last year. Doesn't mean Jalen Milroe's not any good, but he's not Bryce Young. I mean, so yes, it's an obvious advantage to Bama if Bryce Young plays, and an obvious disadvantage to Tennessee if Bryce Young plays. Tennessee's got a horrific pass defense. Bryce Young's one of the best passers in all of college football. Jalen Milroe can't hit the ocean from the beach. So we all know all that. I want to talk about something else. Tennessee's ability to run the ball. As good as Tennessee's offense is, it doesn't get enough credit for their ability to run the ball. Not even necessarily their ability to run it, but their commitment to running the ball. That is what opens up a lot of the pass opportunities for Tennessee. Tennessee is not a team that comes out and throws the ball 50 or 60 times a game. I feel like some people kind of have that impression of them, and that's just not who they are. Now, they like to throw the ball and take deep shots with Hendon Hooker and those wide receivers, and they're really, really good at it. Yes. But they set a lot of that up with the run. And I know last year was last year and this year's this year, but if you go back and look at the few times Tennessee's offense struggled, whether it was last year, even sort of this year against Pitt. And when I say they struggled against Pitt, I just mean relative to the other games that they've played this year, right? Pitt was I don't want to use the word worst because Tennessee didn't have a bad offense against Pitt. But anyway, the point I'm getting at is when Tennessee struggles to run the ball, it not only affects their ability to run the ball, it affects their ability to throw the ball and score points. Last year's Georgia game is a great example of this. They weren't really able to run the ball, and it hurt them. The fourth quarter of the Alabama game, there's just several situations you can go and look at Tennessee under Josh Heupel where if they're running the ball successfully, you don't even have to check the passing stats. They're going to be really good. If they're struggling to run the ball, they're going to be not nearly as good. And I don't know if there's a team in the country that's better against the run this year than Alabama. I mean, you can go and look up stats against the run and all that kind of stuff, but everybody plays different schedules and teams, so it's never really an apples-to-apples comparison. I can tell you this for sure, though, no matter what stats you want to use or not use, this will be by far the best rush defense Tennessee has faced this year. It won't be close. Alabama has shut down every running game. Bijan Robinson, who's one of the best running backs in the country, had, 50, 60 yards against Bama, and that was after Quinn Ewers went out and they were forced to kind of run the ball more than maybe they wanted to. Still only able to get whatever he got. The Arkansas game, they couldn't really run the ball on Bama. Bama's rush defense is legit. Tennessee's going to have to find a way in this game to move the ball on the ground. They are as good as Hendon Hooker and those wide receivers are. The plan cannot be on every possession to just go out and throw the ball on first, second, and third down. That just won't work. That Alabama front four will pin their ears back and come after Hendon Hooker, and they will make his life miserable. Tennessee's offensive line is improved over last year, but I don't know that there's an offensive line in college football that wants to be facing that Alabama front on obvious passing situations. And if the game turns into the sort of thing where almost every down is an obvious passing situation for Tennessee, that's bad news. I'm not saying any of that will happen. I'm saying what I think needs to happen or could happen for either team to win. Now, what if Jalen Milroe plays? Well, first of all, let's talk about this first. Can Tennessee win this game if Bryce Young plays? Yes, Tennessee can beat Alabama this year. So their chances may be better against Milroe, but Tennessee can still win this game even if Bryce Young plays. If we knew Bryce Young was playing and he wasn't hurt, he was 100%, I'm sure the line would be a little bigger. But Tennessee could still win this game against Bryce Young. Against Jalen Milroe, I think they definitely can win the game. If you're Alabama and Jalen Milroe plays, what do you want to do? Well, it sounds kind of weird to say because a lot of times you say this about teams who are underdogs against a high-powered offense. In this case, Alabama's actually the favorite. Alabama might want to come out and run the ball 40 or 50 times, slow the game down, and keep Tennessee's offense off the field. Because I can tell you, I'm almost certain that if this turns into some sort of a shootout, like the Kentucky-Tennessee game from last year that Tennessee ended up winning 45-42, Bama's not winning that type of game with Jalen Milroe, in my opinion. If Tennessee gets into the 40s against Jalen Milroe, I think it's over. With Jalen Milroe, Alabama needs to try to win this game 35-30, 38-24, 37-30, something like that, right? You let Tennessee get up into the 40s with Jalen Milroe, I just don't see a way Alabama wins. I don't. So Tennessee needs to be able to run the ball. Alabama, if Jalen Milroe plays, needs to run the ball as well and try to keep Hendon Hooker and that Tennessee offense off the field. Now, I think even with Jalen Milroe, Bama's going to take some shots because that Tennessee secondary is banged up. They're missing at least one starter coming up this week for injury, and they might be missing a second starter. We'll see, for an off-the-field issue, not an injury. I don't think anything has been announced about that, but this is going to be a really, really good game. A really good game. I think the home atmosphere and the home environment is going to be a huge positive for Tennessee. I do think it's going to have an effect and an impact on Alabama, a negative one. We talked about it a lot heading into the Arkansas game, but Alabama, over the last couple of years, has not played consistently well on the road. They haven't. You can go back and check all their road games going back to the beginning of last year through now. They have struggled multiple times on the road. Is it going to happen again this week in Knoxville? This will be the craziest environment Alabama has played in a while. I can't imagine. These Tennessee fans are so juiced up they can't stand it. Some of them are even getting weirdly superstitious about this game, like with things that don't even matter. About a year ago this time was the now infamous mustard game, Tennessee and Ole Miss, right? Where the Tennessee fans got butthurt because they got humiliated in prime time by Ole Miss, and they responded by throwing the mustard bottles on the field. They hit Lane Kiffin with a golf ball, the whole deal. So, of course, right on cue, I immediately go out. I get a mustard bottle and a golf ball, and I set it on top of the Tennessee helmet, and there it sat for the rest of the season and all of the offseason, and people kept asking Tennessee fans, take it down, take it down. I said, I'll take it down off the Tennessee helmet when Tennessee beats an SEC West team. That occurred against an SEC West team. I will take it down when you beat an SEC West team. Well, last week, Tennessee goes on the road and just absolutely donkey stomped LSU. So I took it down. I'm a man of my word. So I took it down. I'm a man of my word. But I also like to give the people what they want. Well, over the last week, I've gotten, I can't tell you how many comments from Tennessee fans wanting me to put the mustard bottle in the golf ball back up on the Tennessee helmet because they say it was good luck and that I've somehow jinxed them or cursed them now by taking down the golf ball and the mustard bottle. So, I don't know. I threw it away in the Your Season Is Over video the other day. Do you want me to get it out of the trash can and put it back on the helmet? Is that what you want? What, just for this game? So if I take the Tennessee bottle and the mustard bottle and the golf ball out of the trash can and put it back up on the Tennessee helmet, and you lose to Bama, then what? Leave it up? Take it down? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. You want me to put it back? Hold on. Let me turn the other camera on so you can see better. Hold on a second. Okay. You want me to take the mustard bottle, the mustard bottle and a golf ball out of the trash can, and you want me to put it back up on the Tennessee helm? Okay. Oh my God. Oh. No. Guess who's back now? Guess who's back now? The General! The General is back! Woo! The General! The General! The General is back! Woo! The General! The General! Woo! The third Saturday in October, woo! Third Saturday in October, woo! Tennessee, Alabama, top 10 matchup, undefeated, Knoxville, Neyland Stadium, Waukee, Tennessee. Two things I'm telling you, Lou. Two things I'm telling about the game. Number one, I'm telling people, Lou. Thing number one, John Hopel. Whoa! Head coach John Hopel, Lou. Head coach John Hopel, better than Nick Saban, Lou. Better than Nick Saban, Lou. Thing number two, watch this, Lou. You watching, Lou? Quarterback. High hope. High hope. It's hidden in ho we go. Woo! Whoa, Tide, Woo! Whoa, Tide in it, Woo! What is... Woo! 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 What is this? What is this, Woo? It looks like every Halloween decoration I've ever thrown away, Woo! What is this? It looks like a homeless pumpkin. It looks like the crypt keeper from Tales from the Crypt. If the crypt keeper from Tales from the Crypt got sick and died. Well, let me explain something to you two and to the man that's watching in the thing and that. Let me tell him something, Will. Three things is about it. Nick Bryant, Bear Saban. Shut up, Wade. I'm doing the YouTube thing. Go to the store and give me some golden flakes. Nick Bryant, Bear Saban, and what does this say? What does this say? 80 team titles. Now, whoa, Todd on that.